Bonafide Hustler here, and today I want to discuss with you a really important tip regarding RC stuff. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from the inside of my garage, and we are going to talk about a really quick tip so that way you can learn a little bit more about RC and the profitability behind RC. Now, as you guys may or may not know, those who follow me on Instagram might know this, but I have a new guide coming out next week called RCs to Bucks. Pretty sweet, right? I want to make this guide as good and as amazing as I can. So there will be a question in this video. Before we get to everything else, there's also going to be a special intro price for 1 week on this guide. This guide, if everything goes right, should come out a week from today. That's Monday. That special price you'll be able to find off my email list and certain Facebook ads. So if you want to be part of my email list, go get the other free guide. And if you already have that and you're already on my email list and you get Cheddar reports and all that kind of stuff, you're already on the list. But you need to get on the list to get the special deal for the new guide that's coming out next week. Yeah, I want to make this guide amazing. So I'll start off first with a tip and then I'll ask you a question that I need an answer to, all right? RC stands for radio control. And right here we have two RC vehicles, like, right? One I own. This one I found about 2 weeks ago at Goodwill. Now, if you look at them, they might look pretty alike, but they're both going to be profitable when I sell them. One is vastly more expensive than the other, all right? So this one right here has resale of about, I don't know, maybe 70 bucks or so. And when it was brand new, it was probably around 70 to 100 bucks. This one right here, believe it or not, when it's brand new, was closer to $400 to $500, all right? So this one's my personal vehicle. And when you're at a thrift store or a garage sale, one of the easiest ways to determine whether an RC is valuable or not is to determine whether it is a hobby grade RC like this one versus a consumer toy grade RC like this one. All right, and so one of the very first things that you want to check out is, can you take off the body, right? And right here, this body is thick. It is pretty much impossible to take off, and it is more than likely screwed, right, into the chassis. Also, when you peer past the body, you can see everything is sealed inside the RC. This is because kids play with this really rough, and plus they don't want a bunch of pieces flying off and people choking on it. So underside of a consumer grade RC looks like this. And of course, we discussed earlier, the body is screwed into the actual chassis like that. But the chassis, you can't see the inner workings of the RC at all right? The tires, a lot of times, will be a little bit harder than normal. Now, this one's actually a pretty good consumer grade RC. It's made by Radio Shack. You'll learn more about that in the guide and why this one is better than a lot of the other ones out there. But let's go into a hobby grade RC. Now, this is something that you can only find at hobby stores or online hobby stores. Also, with a hobby grade RC, we have a thin plastic body, right? Very thin versus a thick consumer grade, toy grade RC body. Very thin, right? Usually that has 3 to 4 holes, and that makes connection with the actual posts right here. And when we take the body off, you can see the inner workings of the RC. This one's a little dirty, but this is my personal one. And typically the body will be fastened onto those mounts with clips that look like this, okay? So if you go to a garage sale or a thrift store and you see a hobby grade RC, or you're suspecting it's a hobby grade RC and you see a thin plastic body on top with this holding it, then you know it's a pretty good sign. Inside is exposed. It's not closed up like this, okay? It's exposed like that. This is a Slash VXL four-wheel drive vehicle, all right? There's a shaft in the middle. We have a differential in the front and the rear. We have a brushless motor, which you'll learn about more in the guide. Also have ESC right here that can handle the brushless motor, and also battery tray right here. And it is very much a truck that is engineered to go very fast, to spend some time in the air jumping around. Believe it or not, with the right kind of battery, this truck, or this buggy, whatever, can go about 65 to 70 miles an hour, okay? So this is what inner parts of a hobby grade RC will look like. Consumer grade RC, you'll never get to something like this unless you really take the thing apart, but that's pretty much like not intended, right? People don't do that. So hobby grade RC, consumer grade RC. Usually there's no money to be made here. Usually there's a lot of money to be made here. All right, so if you're wondering what vehicle is that, this is actually a Traxxas Slash with a Proline buggy cover, right? Traxxas Slash, you can look it up right now. The brand new ones are gonna go from 200 to about probably 550. And then you still have to buy the battery, which is about 50 to 100 bucks. Then you have to buy the charger that charges the battery, which is about 50 to 100 bucks. And usually you buy an extra battery, which is about 50 to 100 bucks. So that's your intro to RC right there. Determine whether it's consumer toy grade or hobby grade. A lot of money to be made here. Not so much money to be made here unless you know exactly what to look for. And RC to Bucks is going to teach you exactly that. So remember the first part of the video where I had a question for you because I want this guide to be the best guide ever. And the question is pretty simple. What do you want to learn about in RC to Bucks? Like, what do you hope to learn about regarding RC? I want to make sure I address as much stuff as possible in that guide. So put a comment down below and I'll see you tomorrow on another video. Maybe it'll be a vlog, maybe it'll be more RC stuff. But either way, I appreciate the support. Hit the like button, put a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.